It had been many years since I last visited Kuala Lumpur, and on this day I was drawn to stay at Bukit, Bintang, in the middle of the vibrant shopping district with both high-end luxury brands and street-side stalls, all co-mingling with food stalls, various coffee joints, as well as gourmet dining, all within walking distance. This is what really makes modern KL so captivating. Hi there, my ASEAN adventurers. I hope you're having a magnificent week. Thank you for checking out RedLightGreenLight Reviews. It's Ryan here with another hotel review, and this time we are headed to Kuala Lumpur and checking out the Pavilion by Banyan Tree. As always with my stays, they are incognito so as not to influence the experience during my stay. 3 things that drew me to the Pavilion by Banyan Tree Kuala Lumpur. Number 1. It is in the famed Bukit Bintang area and connected to the Pavilion shopping mall. Number 2. It had a rooftop swimming pool and gym, which I really wanted after a really long flight. And number 3. It has an executive lounge, which was perfect as I was traveling with some relatives. Let's check out some online reviews. Jungle Gymnast on TripAdvisor says, purports to provide a 5-star luxurious experience but falls rather short. Not greeted at the entrance. Service at the check-in was abysmal. Staff chatted in clear view of waiting patrons. Window shades, which were broken. Did like that there was direct access to the Pavilion Mall. Linet R on TripAdvisor says, shower was clean and water pressure was good. Room looks run down. Towels, stool, wall stained. Friendly and attentive staffs. Chicken curry wasn't cooked properly, raw. We left a little disappointed. Richard S on TripAdvisor says, poor service all around. Never have been in such a cold room. Breakfast, mostly good. Lack of care and attention. Clearly in need of training, starting with the management. The cheese was moldy. So, will it get the red light or the green light? Stay tuned for the verdict. Come with me and let's check it out as I take you through the arrival, the room, the food and amenities encountered during my stay. And while we are at it, remember to like and subscribe below. Checking into the Pavilion by Banyan Tree was easy, with the taxi from the airport taking me through KL's busy and intertwined streets to arrive at the hotel's direct lobby access from Jalan Bukit Bintang. I've heard of people getting the wrong drop-off to the mall, unfortunately, but thankfully, we escaped that detour. There were bellhops to take my luggage and direct me to the lobby. Lobby is on the 8th floor with a dark wood minimalist design, instantly bringing comparisons of the Centara Grand Bangkok, Thailand. Do check out my review of the Centara Grand Bangkok. The warm and friendly staff greet you promptly and the check-in was prompt, not quite as efficient and expeditiously as hotels in Singapore. I booked 2 rooms and stayed in a courtyard Oasis King room, surprisingly larger in its configuration than the photos I've seen online. Shortly after arriving in my room, luggage was promptly delivered, which isn't always a given in KL city hotels. There's also a small sofa and desk and a chair across from the bed. The room is fairly standard and it feels more like a business rather than a tourist hotel. The color palette of the room is predominantly warm beiges and a deep rangy brown. Floor-to-ceiling windows with sheer curtains shield the view from other hotel rooms. There's a V-shape that's created from the two wings of the rooms over the courtyard below. The room itself was simple but comfortable, featuring a plush king bed, there's high thread count sheets, and 4 pillows. There's an entry hallway with a sideboard cum a minibar that leads to the wardrobe hallway preceding the ensuite. Thus, this creates a walk-in wardrobe, a very nice, classy touch. Across from the vanity was a solid door to the WC, a nice privacy feature, and facing the full height glass window was the double shower. It had a rainfall shower as well as a shower wand. It's always a bonus when the towels feel pretty new and fluffy. And for environmental sustainability, toiletries came in refillable ceramic bottles, and it gave that little bit of a resort feel instead of just having large format bottles on the wall. On the vanity, there's also a small cabinet with additional bathroom amenities such as the vanity kit and the toothbrushes. The narrow and compact pool deck on level 18 is a hidden gem. It's not exactly an oasis like that of the Centara Grand, but the views across the KL skyline were Instagrammable. I arrived there just before breakfast and again in the early evening and was surprised to find it deserted. This was a plus as there were only a few sun lounges, with some having greasy stains already. The fitness center on the same level is compact and clean with new equipment, and it provided just enough variety for a decent workout. It's quite rare to find a hotel gym that doesn't feel like an afterthought. This one had a decent choice of multi-station machines and dumbbells, and there were also some TRX straps and cardio machines. We were led to a table in the outdoor courtyard, and it has a very high glass roof over the entire area. This shelters the space from rain, and there's also a central giant propeller fan drawing away the heat. Highlights include The food stations that resemble street-side stalls, serving some of the dishes that became my favorites, such as the dim sums, the satay, the curry chicken, nasi lemak. And there was a noodle station also that offers daily specials, and on my stay, it was a fishbowl noodle soup. The spread here is delicious and varied, sitting somewhere between the Hotel Jen Tanglin in Singapore and the Sofitel Sentosa. Do check out my reviews of both those hotels for more information. For something quieter and a little more elevated, the Club Lounge is worth the extra cost for a place to chill out and meet up, especially when you're traveling in a group. The various nibbles there were tasty, and it was a nice change to also have a selection of cut fruit amongst the cakes and deep-fried delicious morsels. When it came to room service, for this stay I swapped out my usual club sanger with an order of prawn and clam linguine vongole. It was delicious, and there was a subtle chili kick. It arrived hot and fresh as well. However, there was a minor oversight. One of the clams hadn't opened, and thankfully I checked because food poisoning would have been a killer. The prices are quite reasonable for a hotel without being exorbitant. So, for the final verdict, I stretch to give a green light to the Pavilion Hotel by Banyan Tree. This straddles somewhere between understated luxury and utilitarian, but it really lacks some of the final details and polish. And cleanliness is definitely an issue where it comes to the breakfast. I must point out that we had to complain to the duty manager because the server attempted to give us a table with a filthy tablecloth. It was stained with spills and still had food scraps on it like yogurt, drips, and sauce. I really couldn't believe that they tried to ask us to take our seats there. In addition, both management and staff could benefit from a boot camp on having a bit more pride for cleanliness, and this definitely is because you can tell that management isn't obsessed with impeccable standards. While location is unbeatable and the sleep was comfortable and cozy, I guess I was able to overlook a little bit of the grottiness. The room itself was clean, but it's just that restaurant area. So, will I stay here again? Quite without a doubt if I can get a good deal. But at the same time, there's so many more hotels in Kuala Lumpur that I would rather experience as well. I hope you have enjoyed this review. This is another Red Light Green Light hotel review. Subscribe below so you don't miss out on any of my updates, and do comment below because I want to know what your experience has been or what your thoughts are of this review. And who knows, your comments might make it even into our next video. And if you do want a shout out, please tell us which hotel or resort you would like us to review next. Happy travels, fellow adventurers, and remember, tread lightly, especially when visiting a different country.